Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy, as we all know. Hi y'all. So it's Monday mid-morning actually. And this is one of those I'm going to shave because I feel really scruffy and going to go run out and do a few things. And yeah, so I'm going to shave. Why not? So it's Monday, so we're going to make it a menthol Monday. Best way to do that in my book, skin bracer. That's going to take care of the menthol Monday. So I got thinking, it often takes us longer to figure out what I'm going to shave with than to actually do a shave. I got all this stuff to go through, and there's all these combinations you can use. So today I got to thinking vintage. I like the idea of vintage stuff. So we're going to use vintage soap. So I haven't used Colgate in a while. This is Colgate. I think this is Colgate mug soap. No, I'm wrong. This is Colgate cup that I put in here. It's got cup, you got mug, and you got the barber soap. And the barber soap is the one that's in the scuttle that I broke the handle off of. Did I tell you I broke the handle off the scuttle? I did. It was horrible. Anyway, that's the barber shop. And then somewhere over there, and I don't remember exactly where right this second, I've got a container that's got the mug soap in it. And this is the cup soap, which is really neat stuff. So anyway, it's all vintage Colgate. I've never been able to tell any difference in the way it shaves and the way it lathers. It's all just got soap smell anymore. I don't know what it originally smelled like, but now it just smells like soap. Been that way for a while. So anyway, so that's going to take care of that. I thought I'd do a shavette style shave today. This is an Equinox, and it's a really lightweight, simple little thing, and it loads by you push the holder out here, and you load the blade in, and then you slide it back in. So anyway, I'm hoping that the blade that's in here is still good, because generally I don't do very many open blade shaves anymore. So usually if it has a blade in it, it hasn't been used much. So we're going to say, but it's a shade style. It uses a, half of a double edged blade. So it's a shade type thing. So works really well. I always have it. And for our brush today, I got to thinking, I'm using the VDH cup that I got the soap in, so I broke out my old VDH board brush. As you can tell, this one's been around the block more than a few times. I don't know how long I've been using this thing, but here recently, within the last, 6 months, 7 months, year, it kind of got pushed to the side, and it hasn't really been getting used, and that's a shame. I like my VDH board brush. I understand a lot of people don't. They're cheap, they're simple, they shed. So do I. So do I. But anyway, I've got some of the newer model brushes. They're no longer owned by the Texas company, I don't think. I don't remember who bought VDH, but anyway, it's not the same anymore. And I think the brushes are made with different handles material now. Don't quote me on that one. I don't know that one for sure, but I think it is. But I haven't tried any of those. I've got some, but I haven't tried any. But anyway, we're going to use the old VDH brush. I've even got an old Surrey brush, which was before VDH. It was my granddad's, and it still lathers and shaves. It looks rough, but it still works quite well. And I've never just gotten into the mood to really reknot his brush. I think I'll leave it the way it is. So anyway, VDH, bowl and brush, and vintage Colgate cup soap. That's for today. There you go. So it just doesn't take very long at all to get a good lather off the top of the Colgate cup cake. Hey, it's a cupcake. I didn't think about that. It's Colgate cup soap, and it's a cake of soap, so it's a cupcake. Right? Huh? Anybody else follow along with that logic? And I know I want to wipe my face off, but that warm water just feels good, so we're going to do it again. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's get a little soap on this morning. So I'm going to go do a little bit of Christmas shopping. I don't Christmas shop much. I'm pretty much the Grinch when it comes to Christmas. Bah humbug. And I got to do a little shopping. My dad's birthday is the day after Christmas. And this will be number 70 for him. So got to go out and dig him up a little something. Usually I get him something that contains alcohol. You ask my dad what his favorite drink is, he'll tell you, something got alcohol in it. But But this year, for the 7th day, I'm going to go out and hunt him up something a little bit different. I don't know what yet. I ain't got a clue. Ain't got a clue, but I got to pick up a few things. I got to pick up some stuff for the people at work, a few things, and something for my boss, and all that kind of good stuff. And always give the illusion you care. That's an important fuzzy, is you may want to write that one down. Always give the illusion you care. All right, so this is a very, very, very lightweight shavette type. Now, we all know the only actual shavette is the Dovo. That's a brand name, Dovo Shavette. But the name was adopted to all these changeable blade, you know, straight razor type gadgets. So we call them, pretty much call them all shavettes now. And I'm okay with that because I do the same thing. But yep, blade's good and sharp. I don't even know which blade this is. This is half of some blade I had. But those are really good. Now, remember, using one of these, especially, practice your skin stretching. It will definitely shave you from problems. If you practice your skin stretching. Also remember, these things will bite. And when they bite hard. So if you're going along and it feels like you're fixing to get bit, stop, because these things will do it. More so, in my opinion, than a traditional straight razor. Now, as I say every time I do this, I have used both hands before. I probably can use both hands. I prefer to use one hand. And just backhand. That's just my preference. That's how I like to do it. Look at that, we already got a little nick. But a little weeper must have knocked the top off something. If you got any kind of a spot on your face, one of these will definitely knock the top off of it. Whereas a you know, single edge or whatever will sometimes not. These will. Alrighty, so don't freak out if you see a little red spot here, there, and yonder. You know, as long as you're not going to the hospital for transfusion, you're probably okay. Alright, so there we are with the cheeks and down under the chin. And you get to practice making all kind of funny faces when you use these, and because I'm getting up close to the mirror, I'm getting up close to the camera, so you get to see this. Hey, what you doing in there anyway? Huh? Don't do that. Not that kind of video. All right. So there we go. Then we're going to put it out more straighter, the handle. And we'll just go and clean up. Nice short strokes are my thing. I could probably do it with longer strokes, but I've always used short strokes. Now another thing is that I don't do this enough to be super proficient at it. That's the truth of the matter. If I did it more, yeah, I'd probably do things different. But as it is, I don't do this very often. I do it enough to keep my skill up that I can have to. You know, if I get stranded somewhere in the world and all they have is straight razors, I'll be able to shave. And I think that's pretty neat. Everybody else is going to be running around looking scraggly. You know, fuzzy. Going to be shaved, well groomed. Important trait. All right. Let's go back for a second pass. I don't think we'll do a third. There's usually not any need for a third pass with an open blade. Usually, there's not any need for a third pass with a closed blade. But anyway, definitely with one of these, I don't usually worry about a third pass. You're just really risking all kinds of irritation. There's not anything usually left there to really worry about. Now, the truth of the matter is, I could have quit with the first pass and been perfectly happy. But, you know, that's not the routine. That's not how we do it. And so now we're going to come back. Do a kind of, I don't know, it's hard for me to do. It's hard to do a true, you know, across the grain pass. But anyway, we'll go a couple of different directions and get across there, and everything will be nice and smooth, which is what we're after anyway. Like I said, be sure to practice your skin stretching. Remember, if you're having problems with the jawline and you're playing with one of these, you can always grab down here and you can pull the jawline up to where you have a flat line to work with. Not complicated. Practice your that's almost straight against the grain up there behind that ear. I realize that, but that's just kind of how it worked out today. But, you know, I recommend that if you like the shaving and you like a challenge, these things are inexpensive. Learn. If you want to start and not worry so much about cutting yourself, don't put a blade in. You know, I've told people before that wanted to start to learn with the Japanese straight razor, the Kamisoi that's straight handled. Get a butter knife. Learn how to shave with a butter knife. Learn how to get the lather off with a butter knife. You're not really shaving, obviously. I'm not going to get caught up in that battle. But anyway, take the blade out and learn the feel of the razor, and whether you want to be a two-handed shaver or a one-handed shaver. Get all that sorted out with no blade in there. And you don't have as much problem. All righty. That's going to complete our second pass. Man, that's a nice shave. Feel around a little bit and see if there's anything. Maybe right under this ear, I'll go back and do a little good skin stretching, and there we go. Beautiful. Got that one little weeper where I knocked the head off or something. I'll be right back. Oh. Knocked something off the counter I didn't want to step on and hurt a foot. It wasn't anything important, but I don't want to hurt a foot. All right. Let's get this all cleaned up and see what we got going on. I can tell you what we got going on. What we got going on is a dang nice shave with one little weeper, but that's okay. So long that old scar over there from having a malignant melanoma taken out several years ago. Man, they cut a hole in your face when that happens. Let me tell you. Wish I still had this. I'm sure I got it somewhere. Picture of the scar with the stitches and all, but it was prodigious. All righty, so there we go. Get everything all nice and dried off. And all through all that, I ain't even had a sip of coffee hardly. Get to concentrating on shaving and talking, and that happens. Ain't bad though. None. Not as hot as it was when I make it, but ain't bad. Look at there, that old weeper already done dried up. Got us a nice shave going on. So yeah, I recommend, you know, learn to use one of these. They're cheap, they're easy to get. You can go down to Sally's Beauty Supply. I think that's where the Equinox came from anyway. And you know, blades are easy to find. You can go to the grocery stores or go to the dollar stores, and they'll usually have double-edged blades. Trust me, they'll work. Everybody hollers you don't gotta go pay big money for blades. The dollar store blades, Family Dollar, they used to be made in Vietnam. They were Dorcos. Now, the ones that are made in China may or may not be sharp. I've shaved with some blades from China that were just fine. And I, you know, shaved some that wouldn't cut the mold off of cheese. Or, you know, wouldn't cut through hot butter, as they always say. And yeah, I don't know how better to put it. But, so Chinese blades, you kind of get what you get. But the Dorcos, which were made in Vietnam, never had any problems out of them. They shave just as good as anything else. Just their basic standard blade that I used to get at the Dollar General store in the Family Dollar store was awesome. Oh, that's an awesome blast of menthol from the Skin Bracer. Still one of the best old guy scents around, I must say. And there you go. All right, well, that's what I'm doing for today. I'm gonna go run around, go hook up with a buddy of mine. Y'all might remember me talking about Thomas, supervisor at the Planet one time. I'm gonna go hook up with him, see what's going on, probably do some lunch and do a little shopping and this, that, and the other. So y'all have a good day, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Yeah, like I said, stop doing that. But whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.